think this came out around midday, didn't it, to start with? Logan Air put out a message saying there were various problems, and now it's spiralled. What do we know about what's happened?
I think that's exactly it. When this started, when the statement came out, when we were looking at sort of data of flights taking off and delays and all that, it didn't seem there was a huge effect at that point. And just to remind you of what NATS, National Air Traffic Services, said, they say we're currently experiencing a technical issue and have applied traffic flow restrictions to maintain safety. Engineers are working to find and fix the fault. I mean, just on that, working to find and fix the fault, I mean, if they're working to find it, that doesn't suggest that this is going to be a quick fix.
There's been no update to that, has there? They've obviously been looking at it for hours now.
Yeah, exactly. And Eurocontrol, which is the EU traffic authority, saying there's going to be very high delays. I mean, that's more information than we're getting from NATS, really. But that bit as well, the traffic flow restrictions. So this isn't UK airspace being shut. What they've done is, you know, it's so tightly choreographed when it comes to planes landing. We're always working on technology in terms of minimising the gap between planes, all sorts of very smart technology that, you know, if there's a headwind, it means you can put more planes together, you can group them, and it's all very variable and based on that. So there's a lot of data going into that system. Perhaps that's one of the issues, is that one of those things falls over, and that's why they're trying to find this fault. But because of those traffic flow restrictions, that means it starts to sort of bump into other flights. What we're starting to see now is delays getting a lot worse. We've heard from lots of our viewers who are in airports and on planes, that they're there on the ground. But also, if you look at the delays, the average delays for airports, those have been creeping up throughout the day. So if you look at Heathrow, that's got a 46-minute delay. London Gatwick, average wait of 47 minutes. Manchester Airport is high at 70 minutes. And Bristol, also high 53 minutes. You can also break it down by the percentage of flights delayed. So 78% at Heathrow, 74% at Gatwick, 81% at Manchester, and 86% at Bristol. So that is higher than we'd expect. There are always delays to it. And the issue is that if you keep sort of throttling the flow of planes out and in, you are going to see those delays just back up, which is why we've seen some flights cancelled already. They've decided they're not going to fly to the UK. Other flights just not taking off in the same way. But again, we don't really know where this issue will be resolved, when it will be resolved.
NATS will be keen to stress this is not a safety issue. No passenger will be at risk. But worrying nonetheless that nobody knows what's caused this fault.
Yeah, and they will be figuring out. As I say, it's massively complicated. You think of the millions of flights that NATS handles, a very busy airspace, very busy airports as well. And it is worth emphasising that this is a safety thing. This is UK airspace isn't shut. These planes are safe. They're landing and taking off safely. But yeah, this is a huge thing. And as you say, that sort of ripple effects. It's not just the UK. It's flights all across Europe. They're going to have issues with it. Flights that would have been flying over the UK. Having to maybe divert around just to take the pressure off the system. They will be working furiously to fix this. There's no guarantee it's going to be fixed today. This could go on, and even if it is fixed quite quickly, you still have that ripple effect of those flights being delayed, of those flights being cancelled. Yeah,
all right. Well, thank you for now, Tom. We'll see what happens. Certainly, it'd be important to find out what's caused this, wouldn't it? But we shall see for now. And those delays that you mentioned, I guess they're only going to get one way, aren't they? Going to get worse until anything's solved, and then you've got the knock-on effect, haven't you? Once this problem is possibly identified, just briefly, there's no guarantee when it will be sorted.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing, just the day it's happening, you know, bank holiday Monday, a lot of people coming back, perhaps the end of the summer holidays or maybe a short break. This is a very busy day for air travel, so that is going to have an impact. The thing that has, I mean, we're talking about the communication, the airlines and the airports were kept informed of this very quickly, so they have been able to make those decisions. As annoying as a cancellation or a delay might be, at least that information has been given to the airports across Europe, across the world very quickly. But yeah, this is just at the moment, it looks like, according to the data, that it's getting worse. We'll keep an eye on that, see where it's going and see if there's any potential of a fix.